Welcome back to Lure Me, Tackle, and More. And we are in the quaint little town of Lander, Wyoming. There's over 7,000 people here. And this weekend they're having what's called the Brewfest. Anyways, they're having what's called the Brewfest. And it's a great big thing. Gather beer, drinking, music, entertainment. It's a great big thing. But we're not actually going to go to that. We're going to take you on a little journey up the switchbacks to a beautiful place you can go camping here in Lander.
And today's video is going to be a little bit longer than normal.
Now, you'll come into 5th Street and you'll see Sinks Canyon Road. Make sure you take a left at that turn.
And as you can see, bicyclists around here don't really pay attention. So watch out for them.
He hit the right away.
No, he actually had the stop sign.
And sorry for the windshield, unfortunately. There's bugs. They like to die on my windshield.
Yeah, and when we stopped at the fuel station just a few minutes ago, there wasn't any washer fluid or anything there or else I would have washed the windows today.
And this road is a little bumpy. They need to do some maintenance, but it is a nice road anyways.
When we get to the stop sign, you can see that sign right over to the left that says Sinks Canyon.
And you just take a right at that stop sign.
And you follow this road and you do not get off it. There is different stuff to do along the way, but to be able to get up to where we're going camping and everything, you just keep following the road. If you don't think you've gone far enough, keep going. So this is still kind of a residential area of Lander. Yes, it goes up to 55 mile an hour, but you still need to be cautious, watch out for pedestrians, because people love to walk along the side of the road up here.
And bicyclists.
Yep.
As you can see, it is a very pretty countryside. There is farming and ranching out in this area. That's mainly what this area is farming and ranching area. So watch out for the occasional horse, cow, dog,
Tractors.
deer.
And there's another bicyclist. So I think this is a pretty good time to do the joke of the day. Why was the computer cold?
I don't know. Why was the computer cold?
Because it had too many windows open.
And there's your joke of the day.
Yep, and like we always say, they're going to be good, clean jokes. Family friendly all the time. And if there's a joke you want us to do, by all means, give us an email. Let us know. Comment. Let us know if there's something you guys want us to do, want to see. We're going to be hopefully starting to travel a little bit more here since it's summertime, and hopefully be able to go different places and hopefully be able to show different stuff. So,
Yep. Let's hope so. Now, here up on my right and the field over there, you'll see that those are buffalo. This is a buffalo farm in this area, one of them. And the gentleman that raises these buffalo has worked with the Game and Fish, the Forest Department, the National Parks, and some of his buffalo has been some of the ones that have been relocated to repopulate some of the buffalo herds in the wild around Jackson, Yellowstone, just to name a couple. In this area you'll see deer, so be very cautious and be very aware. During late fall, winter, you might even see a mountain sheep or two. Just stay in your vehicle, stay clear of them, don't get out, don't try to pet them, don't interact with them. They are wild animals. not domesticated, so try not to touch them or get too close to take pictures.
It's always recommended. Try not to feed them at all.
Yes. And just around this bend, there's going to be a pull-out parking area. And this area is good for experienced rock climbers, mountain climbers. There's trails up in these. I'll turn a little bit. There's trails up here that you can go and you can take, and you can climb the rocks and the mountain side and everything and stuff. Just be very careful. If you're not experienced mountain climber, don't do it. There is paths, so you can take it. And across the way there is a pull-out rest area, park. You can take the kids and play. Side of this little bridge, this is part of the Poposia River. Yes, I know you're gonna see a sign that's gonna say Popo Aggie, but it is not. It is Poposia.
Is the correct pronunciation of that river.
Yes. Now there's another pull out here on the right, and it is the Sinks Canyons Feed the Fish. And you can pull out there. There's a little machine, distributes food. You can go down a walk path and you can feed the local fish. And there's some ducks down there that like to stay in that area because they get to, eat some of the food too. There's more of the Poposia.
Building up here is the Shoshone National Forest building. It's an information center and stuff as well as a little bit of museum stuff and everything in there. So,
and you can park down in that area. There's walk paths, hiking paths you can take that can take you down in and closer to the river. Just remember that these areas are dangerous. Be very cautious, very careful, and take your time and watch your step. There's a pull out for one of the camping areas, but that is the Parks Department. It is reservations starting in May, all the way through to September. So you always want to call the Parks Department and find out fees and availability. As you can see, there is still snow up in the mountains, and that will stay there till probably the end of this month or next month. And as we cross this cattle guard, we are exiting the park, and we are now in the National Park Forest.
The Shoshone National Forest.
Which once again has its guidelines and its stuff. Just watch out for posted and information signs. Pull out, read them, make sure you get to know what they are. And there's quite a few areas you could pull out if you have ATVs, four-wheelers. There's a nice area. You can take that path that goes straight up this entire hillside and up and back into the mountains. I'll try to angle a little bit more so you can kind of see the road there in the distance as it goes up. We haven't personally been up it, but my father-in-law was when he was still with us, and he says there's some really good fishing holes up there. So if you ever get the chance to go up there, enjoy your fishing time. The house here on the right is for the forest department. This is where they store their gear, their horses and everything during the spring and the summer, to help keep track of visitors, maintain trails, and all that kind of stuff. If you do have any questions, you can always grab one if you come across one, and ask them whatever you need to. And as we come around, that area over here on the right is a really good picnic area. It has spots to pull out, picnic, bathrooms. It's a really good place. Now, if you can see, kind of the start of a road over here on my left, and we're going to be going up that. Now, this is all called Bruce's Park and Bruce's Parking Lot, and this is the parking lot. Like I said, this is a really busy weekend in Lander today. They're doing some type of race and stuff to go with the events for the weekend. Show another path here on my right. If you follow that path all the way up and into the mountains on the other side, it's a good hike up, but it's a really nice hike to take. It leads to a very beautiful, gorgeous waterfall. So if you have the opportunity while you're here to do that, do it. It's worth the hike. So here we go. This is the entrance to the switchbacks.
Yes, this is a paved road, but the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. A lot of people don't abide by it, but there is a bunch of sheriffs and parks department, park rangers, and the park rangers in Wyoming are allowed to pull you over and give you a ticket. So make sure and abide by all speed limits and laws and everything, because park rangers will pull you over. And as you can see, this road is pretty windy, so it's it's almost best to stick close to that 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, because it is a very dangerous road.
If you want to. Excuse me. Just very beautiful scenery up here in the mountains. Nice, green, and gorgeous.
And like we said, sorry about the long video today. It's going to be a little bit longer than normal. But at least you get to see some really beautiful scenery.
You do. And as you can see, there's the road below us. That's what we just came off of. Well, at least a part of it.
And you can see how windy and everything it is.
And on the other side, there's another portion of the trail that I pointed out earlier.
As you can probably see, those little signs that has a U in it, and it says 15 on that sign. It's a really good idea to go 15 mile an hour around those corners.
Whenever you come up to the mountains, you always want to watch out for wildlife. Up here, there's a bear, there's moose, elk, deer.
The main bear that we have up here is the grizzly bear.
Yep. Let's see what else. There'd be every now and again there's been a couple sightings, but there hasn't been a lot. Mountain lions, bighorn sheep. Let's see here. Your goat, your bighorn goat. And as you can see, we still have snow.
And as you can see out my side, there's a bunch of snow right there.
Yeah.
Still.
I see a tree. Not a snow, but that's okay.
That's alright.
There's more of the down view of the road we just came up that we're on. Different trails you can take up here in the mountains. Just remember to stay on them. If that's marked a trail, stay on it. Don't deviate from it. Always let somebody know where you're at or where you're going.
Especially here in Wyoming, because a lot of times you never know what the weather is going to actually do. There has been times that I have been up here in the middle of summer and it has snowed on me 1.5 to 2 foot. So it is a very good idea to make dang sure somebody knows where you're at, where you're going, because if you can't make it out, you want to make sure and take lots of food and water with you as well to make sure you be able to survive a few days if you have to. So we are finally at the top of the switchbacks. And now we're going to start going back down a little bit, and we're going to come up to a lake. It's not a very big lake, but it's fairly decent size. There is rainbows, brookie in this lake. You can take a boat out on it, but it is electric motor only. No gas motors allowed. You get caught with a gas motor, you will be fined. And also, you are allowed to use night crawlers only and artificial baits. That is it. No minnows at all are allowed to be used in these lakes up here.
This is the first lake. There is a pull out. You can park, get out, get down to the water, go fishing, picnic. There's no tables, so you might want to bring your own folding table.
And this is called Fry Lake. I'm going to stop right here and see if this gentleman needs a hand a second.
Alrighty, we're gonna continue now. We gave a gentleman a lift. And one thing you do need to make sure of if you are out here kayaking, paddleboarding, canoeing, the winds can get pretty damn awful strong up here, and it can gust 30 miles an hour and higher. So if you're out in the water and you start getting any type of massive gust, get yourself back in, because it's going to literally take and break your oars, or worse, flip your boat. But this is one of the first campgrounds that you come to, and it is tent friendly, camper friendly, nice lake. As you can see, you can get into the water easy enough.
And like we said, this lake is called Fry Lake.
Yep.
And this is the first lake you come to.
And at the entrances of all of your camping areas, there's going to be signs. Those signs tell you, one, where you're at. We'll have a map of your location, and it'll give you any pertinent information that you need that is relevant to your stay. How long you can be there, whether it's fee or free, so whether you got to pay or not. It'll tell you if you can have fires. If it's a high fire warning, then it'll say no fires. Cook on a propane grill. All that kind of information. So it's really good to stop and actually read those. And as you can see, it looks like we're going to be in for a windy afternoon. We're getting some clouds. Temperature right now is 69 degrees. Now there's two portions to being up here. There is the lower camping area, which is where we're at now, and then the upper camping area, which is currently still closed. And it won't open until around the beginning of next month. So within the first week of July. And then, as you can see, there's a sign that gives you directions, tells you where to go, what to be expected.
That area there leads to more camping.
That's the upper camping area, which I was telling you about. But it is currently closed, but people still will get their bikes out and go a little ways and bike back and go for hikes. And not the entire area is closed, just the fun part.
Now the road is going to start getting rough here. Show that right there. Now you'll come up to fences like this that is closed off roads and stuff. You can still walk. You can park your vehicle and walk, but you are not allowed to take your vehicle side by side, nothing past that barrier. But you are still allowed to walk in where those barriers are at.
Right. And you can see these piled timbers. This is where they've cleared diseased pines out and decreased the amount of fire hazard. Coming up right here is the Fremont County Youth Camp entrance. Different organizations, churches, and other things here in Fremont County will put together week-long little adventures for kids and families and that kind of stuff. They're really fun. I did it myself when I was younger. When you are wanting to come back on roads like this, my husband and I highly suggest four-wheel drive and vehicles that have at least a 6-inch clearing, if not more.
People do bring their cars back here, but it is not recommended. And you will see here pretty quick of what we're talking about, how the road starts to get pretty nasty at times. You will see me drive on both sides of the road at times, just because of the big dips in the road or rocks in the road or whatever. And of course, stay to your side as much as possible. You'll see pull-offs every now and again, to where if there's somebody coming, you can pull off on there to let them by. And there's pull-offs on the opposite side of the road for the same thing. person that has the right of way on roads like this is the person that has the side of the road that has cliffs on it.
Which is us. This is considered a cliff. Well, one of them. Thank goodness it's one of the smaller ones.
And well, here comes somebody down this road. I know it's going to get narrow, so we're going to stop right here and let these people by real quick.
And here, as you can see, is a blocked area. That means they don't want really anybody back there.
With vehicles and stuff, but you still can walk back in there if you want. And like we said, sorry about the rough ride, but it's the way this road is.
Hence the reason why you want a vehicle that is not low to the ground.
I always like to take it easy. Other people, they don't care. They don't care if they beat their vehicle up or not. So I'll pull over and let other people go if they're getting too close to me and stuff, because I'm not gonna beat my vehicle up over a road. And now you can kind of see why this video is a little bit longer today. Because this road is rough as all get out, and it is a little ways up here. Whoops. Darn dips. We're going to eventually come up to another lake, which hopefully will be fairly quick here. And this lake as well, you can take a boat out on it, but it's electric motors only, like I had mentioned. Artificial baits and worms only to be used in these lakes up here, as I mentioned. And like the wife said, you can kayak, canoe. And all of a sudden, here's the lake. You can kind of see it through the trees here a little bit. We will get you a better view here pretty quick. And here in Wyoming, there is several places, especially up here above Lander, where we're at now, that has free camping. That's right, people. You do not have to pay to come camping. There's campgrounds and stuff that is up here that you do have to pay for and everything. But for the most part, there's areas that you do not have to pay to be able to camp, which is absolutely amazing.
That little watering hole we just passed by is not considered a lake. This is.
And there's a little bit better view of the lake for you guys. I'm going to I just moved over a little bit so somebody could pass us again.
And here's another little watering hole on our left.
And there's no fish in that.
No.
At all.
There is not. Probably a bunch of frogs. Be about the extent.
Here's another little part of the lake. And this lake here is called Wortham Meadows. And we will be getting to the entrance of this campground here pretty quick. And this is one of the campgrounds that is a fee area. You do have to pay to camp there. But where you saw a couple vehicles, I don't know if you guys saw that or not. But before you get to this campground, there is areas up here that you do not have to pay for to camp. And of course, more little bumps.
Wortham Meadow camp area has a picnic area, camping area, and a boat dock. So if you do have a boat and you are bringing one in, make sure that it is inspected by the Forest Department, Parks Department,
Game and Fish.
To make sure that the boat is clean and clear of any foreign contaminants that could
Harm our lakes.
harm the local fish environment. And here is a sign for Wortham Meadows. Just past the other sign is this one. This is going to tell you which direction and where stuff's at. So I can tell you which direction you want to go.
So we're going to go up to the public corrals and the trailhead first. public corrals are, of course, for the people that have horses, do horseback riding. There's pins set up so you can put your horse in there if you want. There's hitching posts there as well, so you can hitch your post, your horse to that post, so you can get it saddled and do all your good stuff with your horse. So it is actually a really neat area. Nice that they have an area just specifically set up for that. And we're gonna come down here to the public parking area real quick. And as you can see, you can pretty much park anywhere on the sides here. And there's another view of the Wortham Meadow Lake. Now we're gonna go this way here, and this is where the horse corrals and hitching posts and stuff are at. As you can see, there's a truck and trailer right there. Today, somebody is utilizing this area today, which is good to see. And here's one of the hitching racks. And there's one of the corral setups that is back here for public use.
And another hitching rack there. And if you can hear that, that is a very nice river that flows through there. And another corral. It's a bit on the smaller side.
But still big enough for at least one or two horses that you can fit in there. now we're going to go down to where the campground area is in the picnic area. Ugh. Ugh. And this is the picnic area right here. And as you can see off to the left, there's picnic tables there for you to utilize. And as always, make sure you take out your trash. What you bring in, please make sure and bring it out with you.
And that great big brown thing right there is a dumpster,
which is bear proof. And we're coming up to the boat dock area here. To where, of course, you can launch your boat. And watch out for the bumps. And there's the boat dock and an area to put your boat and everything in. So this is the picnic and boat dock area. And now we're going to go, and this vehicle is going the wrong direction. And we're going to go down to where the campgrounds, the camp areas are at.
that is a sign that will give you information on your length of stay and the amount and all the pertinent details that you need to camp in this area.
Yep, and that little box on the right hand corner right there, lower corner, is where you get your envelope to be able to pay your fee. And then right here at this little post is where you put your payment.
And I believe this area contains 30 camping sites.
Something like that.
And there's a bathroom there.
In this area, you can camp in either your RV or tent. It does not matter. There is no restrictions on what type of camping you like to do in this area, which is nice. Unlike some campgrounds, you're restricted to just campers or just tents. So that's a little bit of good information for everybody as well. And there's another porta potty.
Well, I would have gotten a better picture of it, but it. Oh,
Oh, we're not rocking by any means. The road is smooth as could be. What are you talking about, honey? And as you can see on the way through here, there's a bunch of camping spots and everything, which is really nice. And now we're just about back to the entrance. And we are back to the entrance, and we're just about going to be back to where our campsite is at. Oh, excuse me.
sorry about that. He forgot to slow down for the bumps.
And well, you can kind of see the entrance to our camping area here. It's a little bit muddy. It's got, it's a little bit of a mess, but not bad. That's part of the reason why we suggest people bring in four-wheel drive so that you can actually get into some of these free camping areas that you can get into at times.
And of course we have a neighbor. Nice little tent.
And before we sign off for the day. We're gonna park real quick and we're gonna walk over to where a little creek is at going through our camp area here.
And of course, our little camper. Ouch. And here we go.
This area that we're camping at here is one of the little nicer areas that you can actually camp in and everything. As you can see, it's got some pretty good, nice little area here. Be able to get campers in, tents. And the reason why we're not camped over in this area is because it's not level enough for me for the camper. So as you can see here, we're coming up on a little tiny creek that runs right here through our camping area, which is pretty cool. So this ends our journey for the day and everything. And as always, thank you for joining. We appreciate everything. Like, subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, email us at luremetackleandmore@gmail.com. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.